Sean Combs and Sean Carter have been working together for the better part of 25 years to find a way to take over full control of the entertainment industry. They have been slumping and sidelining relevant hip hop communities for decades so that they can have control.
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed, right? Jay-Z, over the course of his career, and I have to still say allegedly, has done things and allegedly participated in a lot of things that the public would not be happy to know.
And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of their club.
Sean Combs and Sean Carter have been working together for the better part of 25 years to find a way to take over full control of the entertainment industry. They have been slumping and sidelining relevant hip-hop communities for decades so that they can have control after they are done with Diddy. Jay-Z is up next to be exposed, right? Jay-Z, over the course of his career, and I have to still say allegedly has done things and allegedly participated in a lot of things that the public would not be happy to know. And what I realize with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of their club, things are getting quite insane. And we've got some spicy news straight from the world of hip-hop. When Ice Cube speaks up, it's bound to be something big, right? Well, hold on, because the man himself just dropped a bombshell. Ice Cube's pointing fingers, and the target none other than the king of the rap game himself, Jay-Z. But hold up, it's not just your run-of-the-mill beef or industry drama. Oh no, Ice is suggesting there's a whole lot more going on behind the scenes. He's implying that Puff might not be the mastermind we all think he is. In fact, he's dropping hints that Diddy might just be a pawn in this whole chess game of power and influence. And it's Jay-Z who's the real trouble. And guess what? He hinted at the fact that the feds only raided Diddy to get solid evidence on Jay-Z now. That's some wild stuff, so what's the deal? Well, according to Ice Cube, there's some serious shady business going on between Jay-Z and Diddy. Like we're talking about a tangled web of shady stuff that would make even the most seasoned detectives scratch their head in confusion. And what's even more eyebrow-raising is how Jay-Z only decided to cut ties with Diddy at the 11th hour, as if he was desperately trying to cover his own tracks. Now we all know how Puff has been in trouble recently. I mean, these days, it seems like Diddy's been hogging the spotlight, but not for the reasons he might have hoped. You've probably caught wind of it. The FBI and Homeland Security are turning their magnifying glasses toward him. And that's definitely not the kind of attention anyone wants. It's like a storm cloud hanging over his head, casting a shadow on his reputation. And speaking of reputations, Jay-Z, who's been known to roll with Diddy in the past, is starting to distance himself. It's got people talking, especially since Ice Cube recently stirred the pot by suggesting that Jay-Z might be even worse than Diddy. When it comes to keeping secrets hidden, that's like throwing gasoline on the fire, sparking even more speculation and gossip. With all this drama swirling around, it's no wonder people are starting to reconsider their allegiances. After all, who wants to be associated with someone who's under investigation by the feds? It's like guilt by association. And nobody wants to get caught up in that mess. But hold on, because there's more, because things are getting a lot dirtier. Rumors are swirling around town that Diddy might have had a hand in Justin Bieber's past struggles with substance abuse. Yeah, you heard me right. It's like something straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, with Diddy allegedly pulling strings behind the scenes and pushing Bieber into the dark underbelly of the music industry. Bieber's own mom has come forward claiming that Diddy pressured her son into attending some pretty wild parties. These things are enough to make you question everything you thought you knew about the music biz. The cycle repeated when Puff Daddy found Justin Bieber around the same age as when he found Usher. According to Justice Bieber's own mother, Puff Daddy corrupted her son, pressuring him to go to these drug-fueled parties. This all becomes even more disturbing, given the R. Kelly level allegations brought up against Sean Puppy Combs this past year. But here's where things take a sinister turn. There are whispers in the shadows about Diddy being involved in some seriously dark stuff that would make your blood run cold. We're talking R. Kelly level allegations here, folks. And if that's not enough to make you sit up and pay attention, there are murmurs about Diddy confessing to some downright chilling acts, just to keep it all hush-hush. And with Diddy dealing with a ton of legal drama, folks are starting to wonder if Jay-Z is next in line for the hot seat. One person wrote my hindsight, telling me the Jay-Z allegations are going to be even worse than Diddy's. When they drop, it's got me thinking, how did Jay-Z, of all people, get mixed up with someone like Diddy? And what skeletons might be lurking in his closet? Let's dig deeper into this mystery now. Jay-Z might be feeling the heat too, especially with rumors flying around that Ice Cube spilled some dark secrets about him. And in Diddy word on the street is this info could seriously mess up Jay-Z's career and maybe even land him in some serious trouble. But wait, there's more. People are saying Ice Cube didn't keep this juicy gossip to himself. No B whispers are suggesting he might have spilled the beans to the authorities, aiming to take down both Jay and Diddy. And let's not forget the spotlight's been shining on Jay-Z lately. With all the drama surrounding Diddy, folks are wondering if Jay's next in line for some serious scrutiny. After Diddy's done, his Jay's up next to get exposed now. I gotta tread carefully here. But let's just say Jay-Z's allegedly been involved in some shady stuff. Over the years, Storm Monroe dropped a video recently hinting that once the dust settles around Diddy, Jay-Z could find himself in a similar mess. Rumor has it there are shadowy figures pulling the strings behind Diddy's downfall who might drag Jay-Z into the drama too. And on top of that, I've been hearing whispers that Jay-Z and Beyonce might not be as cozy as they seem. Apparently, they've been living separate lives for a while now. And there's speculation that a Hollywoodized divorce might be on the horizon. Why? Well, some say it's because Jay-Z is next in line to have his secrets spilled crazy right. So Monroe dropped some hints about Jay-Z's past, suggesting there might be some uncomfortable truths waiting to surface. One thing he touched on was Jay-Z's previous collaborations with R. Kelly, pointing out how slick PR moves and industry power can hide some pretty shady stuff. Plus, Monroe seems to think there's only so much Jay-Z can sweep under the rug or pay off. It's like, no matter how much money or influence he's got, some things just can't be buried. And it's not just Jay-Z in the spotlight here. Monroe's speculating that once those big documentaries finish airing and the dust settles around Diddy, Jay-Z might be the next big name in the firing line for some serious exposure. What I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time. So they together, but they living separate, and part of the reason why they have, or they already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed. And rumors are that Jay is involved in a lot of other serious BS. I mean, do you remember the whole mess with Kelly allegedly marrying Aaliyah when she was just 15? Yeah, that's a major red flag. But get this, R. Kelly somehow managed to fake documents to make it seem like she was older and could consent to marriage. And there's news that Jay might have been in on that crazy ride. And it's not just that. There's talk that Jay-Z might have had some hush-hush situations to paying off people to keep quiet about certain things, particularly involving kids in the tri-state area. But here's where it gets really wild. Despite all these apparent legal violations, R. Kelly somehow dodged serious consequences. It's like Hollywood's got this magic cloak that lets wealthy and influential folks brush off their wrongdoings. Just imagine if all this went down in today's world. Social media would be exploding, investigations would be launched left and right, and R. Kelly would probably be out of the music scene faster than you can say scandal. But back in the 90s, things were different. Society had different norms, and Hollywood had its own set of rules. It's pretty mind-boggling when you look at Jay-Z's reaction to the whole R. Kelly situation. As if what Kelly did was okay instead of keeping his distance. or speaking out against R. Kelly. Jay-Z actually teamed up with him for a joint album, and even went on tour together. Jaguar Wright, among others, was scratching their heads over this. How could Jay-Z be cool with being associated with R. Kelly, especially given the serious allegations against him despite Jay-Z's polished image and carefully crafted persona? Some sharp-eyed observers, like Ice Cube and Nance, have seen through the facade. They've been outspoken about their suspicions, calling Jay-Z out on what they perceive as inconsistencies or hidden truths. Ice Cube, known for his straight-talking style, hasn't been shy about questioning Jay-Z's motives or actions. He's hinted that there might be more to Jay-Z's story than meets the eye, suggesting that behind the scenes things might not be as squeaky clean as they appear. Similarly, Nas, with his keen insight into the music industry and society as a whole, has raised eyebrows with his observations about Jay-Z. He's hinted at layers beneath Jay-Z's carefully cultivated image, implying that there's more going on behind closed doors than the public is privy to. But here's the twist: despite these probing accusations, it seems like Jay-Z has managed to keep a tight lid on any potentially damaging information. Whether through savvy maneuvering or sheer luck, he's avoided any major scandals or revelations that could